sometimes you have a chapter title like Overdose, and you go, fuck, I hate everything. What the fuck is that about? I gotta figure this out. Shit, goddamn what? And sometimes you have a chapter title called... No, that's not it, Michiru. Thanks for trying. Scent of the Future. And then you go, what the fuck does that mean? End of statement. Like I probably get what it means, but it's weird. Hi guys, I'm back. I've recovered. I don't know how those episodes are going to break up, because it was a lot. It's one of those ones where I want to say a lot, but I don't really know if I can say much, honestly. Feel like my face and or my just constant depressed sighing probably walks you through most of my ideas with the... I'd like to call it the resolution of Michiru's situation, but that's probably generous. Point is, yeah. We got Michiru back. Don't cry. Don't do it. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna pretend we're not a total loser. We'll fail, but we're going to pretend. Just pretend that we're dead. Or however that fucking song went. Anyway, point is, yeah, I recorded 2 hours worth of fucking Michiru dying and having to fucking figure out her situation and pull herself from the depths of hell. Not literally, but figuratively, most assuredly. So there's that. I'm curious as to the state of Michiru. We just know that Michiru herself fucking wants to be alive. And she wants to be with this fucking goofus. Maybe sit through, I watched it 25 minutes. And that was with me hammering the goddamn mouse. Did you see that? Again. It is the best thing in the world. And you fuck it up for me. God damn it, Yuuji. Again, the camera makes it really weird too, so I'm just dead from the bottom down. Anyway, point is, yes, we had our big kind of emotional moment, and then it immediately followed into porn again. I'm noticing a theme. Front wing. You seem to have a style developed here. Also, again, coming from my other main biggest, like I've talked about this before, my next biggest and my personal favorite VN from Katawa Shoujo to this, which again still has that in it still. It's very interesting how differently these two things are handled. And again, it's still fucky. To be fair, it's interesting how they handle the fucky. You know? It's weird. Point is, I will be saving most of those. I've already admitted to I've already done that, so that actually, now that I say that out loud, doesn't... I just look like a fucking liar. Hey, I didn't save the first one. Like I said, I ain't seen that one. Seen the other two, though. Again, that last one's my favorite. Don't... let's escape this and continue reading on, shall we? I'm scared, but apparently I have more time today, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. So let's be done with the sadness. Just done. We've done it. It's good. It's golden. We did the thing. Whatever's up with Yuuji's fucking shit on his end, don't worry about it. It's non-existent. Who cares? I'm gonna dump him anyway because Michiru clearly loves me. It must be hell watching this series for so many reasons, but that's one of them. It's gotta be. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and read this some more, see where we're at. I really did get a comment on Steins Gate. I already know what it is, though. I was gonna say I should respond to it, but that's not really one I respond to. It's more just like it. Yeah, shoutouts. Thanks for including me in your reaction mashups, man. Just wait till someone does a playthrough mashup of Grisaia. It's gonna be an experience. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and continue on with whatever episode this is. I don't fucking know. I need to take a drink. Because that was a whole lot of talking, and I took almost no drinks. And that's not great. We're going to go ahead and get started here. Continuing on after that night. They presumably just fell asleep in puddles on the goddamn bathroom floor. It's very upsetting to me. Again, I can't express it enough. It's so weird. It's something that should be the best, but it's so weird. I can't stand people who decide they save someone with a little kindness. You can't stand a lot of things, Yuuji. I mostly can only not stand one thing, but we already know what that is. And people are going to be mad at me considering I'm still giving you so much shit after everything you've done. Anyway. Human beings exist with... Am I recording? Cool. Fantastic. Human beings exist within their own private bubble of solitude. Our pain and sadness can't be cured by gentle words. Offering gestures of sympathy can make you feel good about yourself, but for the recipient, it's meaningless at best. I wouldn't necessarily agree with that, but then again, I don't agree with a lot of the things that come out your mouth. I don't agree with that. I've been a recipient of kind words, and I'm like, hey, thanks. It's nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's all good. Let's move on. People don't need a crutch or a savior. They need to overcome their own suffering and find the strength to accept it. Now, I would agree. I feel like you should be there to help people, but yes, in the end, people do have to kind of figure their own thing out. Again, that's a big thing. Cat of Shoujo too. Stop it. And whenever someone needs help getting to that point, I'm willing to lend a hand. What I just said. Of course, that doesn't mean I go off around offering my support to every sad sack I run into on the street. I'm not some hypocrite politician or cult leader. Do you think of the way some people talk about you, Yuuji, in my Discord? You'd think you were a cult leader, to be honest. And if you listen to anything I ever said, you'd think Michiru was a cult leader. Anyway. So what distinguishes the people I willingly assist from those I don't? Not sure if there's any clear criteria, really, other than whim. Sometimes I just feel like it. Even when it comes to the young ladies currently sleeping at my side, thoroughly pondering the reason why I helped her doesn't produce a convincing answer, but that's just the way human beings are. It's because it's fucking Michiru, dude. No matter how logically you analyze our motives, no matter how thoroughly you investigate the context of our actions, every once in a while you'll just end up running smack dab into the incomprehensible. I can't comment on how meaningful this particular incident may or may not be, but I'm not unhappy with the way things turned out. In any case, the tricky part comes next. Don't you talk about how tricky things are going to be? It's supposed to be purely good from... Say hello to our zombie best, who has a ghost in her. It's weird. Don't... Fuck. She has ascended. It's the cutest zombie you ever did see, though. That's right. You heard me, Zombieland Saga. You're wonderful, I think. I haven't seen it, but from a distance, it looks great. Don't even come close. Anyway, let's move. Your Metaton brand zombie powder? Is this the second fucking Undertale reference I've made and neither of them were good? What's wrong with me? What have I become? Fucking giggle, man. Definitely gonna cry before it's over, and it's gonna be the smile, not the sadness. It's fine. He just buried her in the woods for a while. Okay, so maybe we should call the police, honestly. Sweet Bean. How you doing, man? Please give her a big ol' hug. Oh. She's dead. Oh, she's gonna be a zombie. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. These ones. I pinched Michiru's face and stretched. I am a fucking cry. It's just the cute shit. There's some cheeky cheeks. Seen it. You should see him last episode. My dreams. Anyway, let's. So we take a great thing and you compare it with the best thing. Yes. Anyway, let's just. I just wanted to establish that. Shannon's a questionable person. That's what we're establishing. But that also just means I'm human. Let's be real. We have a duo of wild faces. You want to get on this, Amane? Do. Well, now it's gone because she's dropped hers. Anyway, Makinu trots over and begins poking at Michiru's chest like a housewife prodding at a shrink-wrapped piece of produce. This man, it's all good in the hood, man. So she's back. It's okay. Fucking same, dude. The samiest of sames. Yeah. Please never leave me. Damn you, mouse. Oh. Michiru and Makina link their little fingers together, watching as they swear their oath. Amane heaves a heavy sigh of surrender. We'll explain it at some point. It's complicated. All the promises. Fucking A. I'm gonna be so pissed. Front wing. I will kick someone who works there's ass. better goddamn not.
今度死んだりしたらぶっ殺すからね。うん。今度死んだらぶっ殺される。そうだね。それでいいね。
She's back, man.
疲れたわよ。さっちゃんはこのこと知ってるの？
God, I love her so much. You're more than most any people on this planet. It's the realest thing too. Yeah, she was the first one to know. We ran into her back on the way back. Baby got back. Baby back ribs. Back streets back. All right. Okay.
教えてくれればいいのに。それであの子なんて言ってた？
She took it pretty
二人
well.
のこと見てさぞ
She knew
驚い
what
たん
was
じゃない
happening.
の？
She knew what was up.
ただ帰りなさい。
Shisachi, man. I don't know what you expected. Is Yumiko still unconscious on the floor? We should probably fix that. We'll put her in a box and...
そっか。さっちゃんらしいと言え
It
ば
is
さっちゃんらしいか。
astonishing how different Yumiko is now from when we first met her. It's the weirdest thing in the world. I love her to death. She's great.
松島さん、6枚の。
Give me a hug, man. We should put her on the couch so she doesn't keep falling on the floor like that. Maybe with some of these little ottomans. You guys have 3 ottomans. That's so many ottomans? Anyway. Same as it ever was. You better give them all proper apologies later. Yeah, she got real sad and it was really upsetting to hear, honestly. It was somehow one of the most upsetting things out of an episode full of nothing but upsetting things. And there was also some good things, but there was some upsetting things. And so Michiru returned to her friends and her school, freed from her dependence on medication and that bizarre tsundere act. She spends the rest of her school days as a normal girl, 6 pennants hanging on the wall of her room. A little too neat a conclusion, unfortunately. Honestly, Michiru's just managed to finally face up to one of her multiple problems, nothing more. It's a pretty fucking big one, though. Just never pretend when I'm around. Yes, that's right. This is a fully legitimate date. Because you, for some reason, decided to stick around with this nerd. I'm sorry. Because you told me to plan that date. I decided a little short distance running. Listen, the act of running isn't just... Oh, he has some of the responsibility in this, dear. Don't worry about it. The job concluded, Michiru and I arrive at a certain high spot overlooking the sea. A place that holds many memories for us. You guys still got the fucking hole you buried her in? From what little I've seen, yeah, you haven't turned into anyone else since you came back. Something to celebrate, right? For some reason it doesn't look like she's entirely convinced of that. Yeah, I'm sure she... Again, I'm sure it really sucks, but... Because she seems like a really decent person who just wants you to do the right thing for you to live your best. And the way she kind of said it, hey man, I got fucked out of this thing. I got dipped before it was my goddamn time. I promise you don't want that. This is kind of your gift and own it. What do you mean? I still want her to be best friends. What if I don't want her taking over your body or nothing? I'd love to, like, kick it and have tea. All 3 of us would be great. Have a grand old time, man. Get some biscuits. Any kind of biscuits. British biscuits. Biscuits and gravy. Biscuits are good. Reach out and wipe the sweat from Michiru's cheeks with a hand towel. We went over this before I buried you. I told the girl straight out that if you gained the courage to live, she probably wouldn't have the chance to come out again. And she told me that was alright with her. She understands that body belongs to you. There's nothing to feel guilty about.
もしかしたら全部私の幻覚だったのかもしれないけど、あの箱の中であの子と話をしたの。
No doubt that she does.
心残りがあるって言ってた。ねえユージ、直接彼女にそれを聞いてみてくれないかな。
You okay with that? Michiru, my friend, you've only just managed to regain control of yourself. Why go out of your way to...
分かってる。分かってるけど、私だけ幸せになんてなれないよ。彼女のこと
She's got such a good fucking
最
heart,
初は
man.
嫌いだったけど、本当に私のために行動
Okay,
し
she
て
had a
く
really
れただ
bad
けだっ
heart,
てことが
actually, and
分
that
か
was
った。
kind of the problem. But she's got a pretty good heart now. It's a complicated one, though.
それに、この心臓は彼女からもらったものでしょ。そのおかげでこうしてユージといられるんだし。
Bead of sweat dangling from the tip of her nose, Michiru stares up at me with a serious expression on her face. Takes an effort to keep a wry smile off my face. Even without the pseudo tsundere act, this girl is still a real handful. But compared to forcing herself to act out like some character, I suppose it's nice to see her honestly expressing her feelings. Fucking A, dude. Holy shit. Alright, if you insist, I will try calling the girl out. I do have a method in mind.
方法って？
Same one I used... same one I used with your medicine. In other words, just a little manipulation of your assumptions.
New?
To hit you with the placebo of it all. Nailed it. Also, fucking excuse me?
New?
You turned into broccoli.
New?
Oh my goodness.
New? New?
Adorable. Fuck, I love Michiru so much, man. Damn it. So much. It's absurd. I set up a simple magic show in Michiru's room. The trick I have in mind, like most magic, amounts to little more than a bit of psychological misdirection. It's physically impossible to produce a coin from nothingness, and of course you can't abruptly make one disappear either. Such illustration or illusions, not illustrate. What? Are made possible by manipulating your assumptions. A visual distraction leaves you convinced that a magician's carrying nothing, when in fact he's just moving something around where you can't see it. This is true. Magic is neat. I'm one of those people who's not bummed at all by, like, people... Like, magic is not ruined for me in any way. When someone, like, gives away a trick, I'm like, holy fuck, that's how you do it? Oh, it's cool, because I like the technical side of it. I think it's really cool. It's like, fuck, I want to know how to do that. I'm never going to do it, but I just want to see it, because that's cool. Have I been aware this whole time that she has a fucking Jigglypuff in her... on her desk dresser? Michiru knows what's up. It's not a Wigglytuff, but I'll take it. That's... I knew we were on the same page. You know, like black cats? I have a black cat. This is great. Next she'll talk about how she loves little purple monkeys, and there's gonna be like, yes, and then we're gonna be... It's just marriage right there, just like that. You give me a robot AI Michiru, I will marry her. Flat out. Do it, science. I'm serious. I'll write it in I'll write it in blood. I'm here. I'll do it. Anyway. What? Everyone knows the basic idea, but it's surprisingly hard to overcome your mind's tendency to fill the I get distracted. Tendency to fill distracted with Michiru. And Jigglypuffs apparently. Fill in the gaps and jump to conclusions. Deliberately planting the wrong idea in someone's head isn't as difficult as it might sound. As Michiru said, I don't think the girl's vanished. She's keeping to herself, that's all. Can't exactly reach in and grab her, so I'll have to trick her out.
それで、その鏡がいるわけ?
Hit him with the mirror of it all. The only prop is a full-length dressing mirror I had Sachi fetch for us. Didn't take long at all, so I'm guessing she borrowed it from someone else's room. That's right, this is all we need to pull this off. Alright then, Michiru. Start looking at yourself in the mirror. Keep staring at your own pupils and don't even think about blinking, understood? I've mentioned before that I find the stare thing to be immensely adorable, right? Cool. I'm glad we're all on the same page. Because people don't do that, but anime do that. Oh, baby girl. I love her outfit. Did I ever mention that I love her casual outfit? It's really nice. Don't click that. Click this. There we go. Look at her, man. God, I love Michiru. I really do. I do more than I love you. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's... G. Some bitch. Sorry. Now stay like this for a few hours. Keep it up and she'll come out eventually, I'm sure. You're the one who wanted to make this happen? Can't even put in a little effort? Well, no skin off my nose if you want to quit. Reach deep inside your mind and pull out the sweet bean. Oh, sweetie. Okay, do it quietly. Honestly, I don't have a clue whether staring at her own eyes is actually going to wake up the other girl. I don't know necessarily why you thought it would. I mean, I get the symbolism, kind of, but also... You really took a shot in the dark and committed to it hard on this one. It's not really the point of this little exercise, though. By physically and mentally wearing Michiru out, I'm hoping to get her drowsy, half-conscious state where it'll be easier to the alternate self to appear. That, however, does make more sense. My words should do the rest. Stay focused, Michiru. She'll come out any minute now, just a matter of time. I'm not really convinced of that, but I keep a constant course of firm declarations to the contrary. In other words, I'm forcing the idea that she's definitely going to wake up in Michiru's mind. Hopefully, my confident attitude will eventually lead her to the surface. Oh. This girl gonna pass out directly into the mirror. Or not. All of a sudden, something changes in Michiru's face. It's a truly subtle transformation, but the cast of her eyes seems slightly different. There you are. Finally woke up, huh? Close enough now that just talking like it's a done deal should finish things up. Michiru has unlocked the door, and now I've pushed it open. The girl steps blinking into the light. Hey, man. Michiru doesn't want to forget about you. You're fucking cool. You're pretty goddamn chill. We still, we still want to be friends, and I want you to... No, you're probably never going to be happy. We want to make it better. Bingo! Knew I could pull this off. Thought that was you. Happy to see you again. Well, this girl is worried about you, man. She's got a heart of fucking gold and hair to match. She's worried about you. Now you're talking just the way Michiru was before. Aren't you supposed to have a little more sense than her? Michiru called you here of her own free will. There is nothing wrong with accepting that. Why hold back? Alright then, I'll give you a simple question. What are your regrets? Thanks. Dick. Front wing. You dick. Damn it. My regrets. Deep inside Michiru, nestled into her heart, I sink into thought. Why did it turn out like this? Why do I exist inside her? Shit. On the way back from school, I was badly hurt in some kind of traffic accident. Until then, I'd lived a very normal life, I think. Normal. I guess so. My grades were pretty decent, although I wasn't an honor student. I did fight with my parents sometimes, even ran away from home for a day or two every once in a while. Apparently, I used to say some mysterious things when I was a little kid, but as I grew up, that stopped happening. There was someone I liked, although I'm just not sure if it was love or just a crush. I never expressed those feelings. Didn't really feel the need to. Just watching him from a distance made me happy enough. Then out of nowhere, that incident brought it all to an end. I don't know the details myself. I was just walking home after school one day when everything went black. When I came to, I was in the hospital. The sharp smell of antiseptic solution in an off-white ceiling greeted me. My mind was sluggish and fuzzy, but I was awake. Mom? What was Mom doing here? What happened to me? My ears weren't quite working properly. I couldn't hear her voice clearly. I wanted to ask all sorts of questions, but my voice didn't want to cooperate. Not just that, I couldn't move my body. What was going on? It almost felt like I'd been locked up in a cramped little box. The doctor, who'd hurried into the room at the sound of my mom's voice, shone a penlight in my eyes for a while, then shook his head in silence. When she saw that, Mom started to cry. I didn't understand why she was sobbing so bitterly. I mean, I was perfectly conscious, so I thought I'd recover and be back to my normal life soon enough. Reality was very different from what I'd imagined day after day. Mom sat at my bedside and squeezed my hand. Weeks rolled past, but there wasn't any sign I'd be able to go home anytime soon. Damn it, I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought so too. I felt fine, really. Good enough to leave the hospital right away. But even though I was really clear-headed, I still couldn't manage to move even the tip of my tongue. I couldn't understand that at all. My mouth was numb and immobile. My throat felt dry sometimes, but I couldn't do anything about it. I wanted to tell Mom how I felt. If I couldn't speak, even moaning would be enough. But my body was completely switched off, quiet and still as a deserted school building in the middle of the night. My classmates didn't come to visit. No, that's not entirely true. A few days after the accident, a group of girls I'd been friendly with did show up once. When they got a look at me lying there in my bed, they grimaced. They weren't too obvious about it in front of Mom, but I noticed a subtle change in their attitude. They kept their distance for the whole visit, and it wasn't long before they left. As they walked away, I could see one of them mouthing the words, "I hope I never end up like that." After my classmates left, Mom gently stroked my head, as if to reassure me that everything would be alright. I had no way of knowing what happened to my body or the details of my condition, but from what the girls had said, I could tell it must have been pretty bad. I guess Dad was busy with work since he only came to visit occasionally. Even so, I was always happy when he did show up. When Dad looked at me, he always had a really scary look on his face. His eyes were empty, completely emotionless. He looked down at me with the face of a man debating whether to throw away an old can of herbicide from the back of his shed. Dad peered down, studying my face. I was really glad to see him, but I didn't have any way of expressing that happiness. I can see you just fine. I can hear your voice. I loved Dad, but I was starting to think he hated me. Maybe he used to love me, but hated me because of what I'd become. Not that I even knew what I looked like anymore, honestly. Once a week, Mom would wash my body with a wet cloth. I always loved soaking in the bath, so it wasn't really satisfying in comparison. But since she was doing everything for me now, I didn't exactly have the right to complain. Not that I could have if I wanted to. really impressed me was the soap she used. It was always lightly fruit-scented. Mom knew I had been secretly buying fruit soaps using my pocket money. She must have looked for them in my room and brought them to the hospital for me. My feelings about my parents began to change. Mom was nice and Dad was scary. One night, they started quarreling over some trivial thing right next to me. It started when Mom said something about wanting to take family trips again. Dad got irritated and started shouting at her.
昔みたいに遊園地に行けたらいいじゃない。この子好きだったでしょ。
さあな、泣いてたことしか覚えてない。それに車椅子で連れて行くのか。
遊園地に車椅子で来ている人はたくさんいるでしょ。
だがこいつはもう意識がないんだ。いいか、この子は他の子供とは違うんだよ。もう一緒にどこかに行くことなんてできないんだ。
No more trips, huh? I didn't know that, Dad.
そんなことまだわからないでしょ。お医者様だって。
医者がどうした？もう死んでるようなものなんだ。いいか、見てろ。
Jesus, man.
どうだ？生きてるか？生きてるなら返事しなさい。パパだぞ。ほら、パパだぞ。
やめて、あなた。
うるさい。こいつには聞こえてやしないんだ。何もわからずにずっとここで眠っているだけだ。ずっと俺たちを縛り付けてるだけだ。
そんな言い方やめて。
うるさい。とにかくもう変なこと言うのはよせ。気分が悪い。
Dad swung the door open violently and stalked out. I wanted to tell him he was wrong. I could see everything, I could hear just fine. But it didn't hurt when he slapped me. I couldn't cry, even when my parents fought bitterly before my eyes.
痛かっただろう。もうあんなことはさせないからね。
Mom returned to my side and began to gently stroke my head.
お仕事でイライラしてるだけよ。大丈夫。また3人でどこかに行こうね。
Her tone of voice was tender, but even a child like me could understand those words were flimsy, makeshift lies. They didn't take me to the toilet, but I was wearing a diaper. Apparently, my body had changed past the need for such things. Just had a mess of plastic tubes. Jesus. Sometimes a nurse would come and replay. Dang. Gee, I didn't want to read any of this. I didn't want to read the beginning. Fuck. I could see that Mom was getting thinner with every passing day. It wasn't surprising. From dawn till dusk, she was at my side, waiting, talking to my motionless body, reading me books as if I were a baby again. The doctors stopped by frequently at first, but their visits grew rarer as the weeks stretched into months. Eventually, they stopped coming entirely. Nurse would stop by maybe once a week, mainly for politeness' sake. I began to understand that my life was essentially over. I had come to the end of myself. I didn't want to trouble Mom anymore, but there wasn't anything I could do to change the situation. Fuck. This sucks, I tried to say. Naturally, the words didn't leave my mouth. I'm miserable, I tried to cry. But the tears wouldn't come either. One night after Mom had gone home, Dad showed up by himself. He stood next to my bed with a steely look on his face. I wanted to ask him what was wrong, but by now I'd stopped even trying to speak. He reached out and put a hand on one of the machines that pumped oxygen or whatever into my body. Could be shut off easily enough if he pressed a few buttons. It probably wouldn't take long for me to die. Dad looked down at me again, his harsh expression faltering. I could see unfathomably deep anguish in his eyes. I didn't have to think twice. Dad, you can turn that machine off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I ended up like this. I'm sorry for becoming such a burden to you. Was it my fault? I don't really think so, but the how and why no longer really matter, do they? I'm a millstone around your neck, that's just a fact. So please go ahead and kill me, Dad. There's nothing to forgive you for. This is what I want. Dad just gave the machine a few light smacks, then turned on his heel and left the room. Why didn't you kill me? I don't want to keep making everyone suffer like this. Please come back. Please kill me. Fuck. Mom came in the next day, her eyes red. She stroked my hair for a long time in silence. Please, Mom, you can stop the machine. Just kill me. There's no point in keeping me alive, is there? Hurry up and end this. Mom leaned in to kiss my cheek, but lost her balance and fell to the floor. After nursing me day in and day out for months, she accumulated fatigue, must have finally overwhelmed her. I heard the loud thump of her body as she striking something hard. It looked as though she'd fallen in an awkward way, but the area under the bed was below my field of vision. I was frantic with worry. Had she struck her head? I wanted to scream for help, but that was just as impossible. It was beyond frustrating. It was torture. Pleasant warm sunlight streamed in through the open window and a gentle breeze stirred curtains. I could hear the voices of laughing children outside. It was a very peaceful day, the sort that slips easily by before you know it. And as the minutes ticked tranquilly past, Mom lay on the floor of my hospital room. I couldn't see what had happened to her, but she wasn't moving. This can't be happening. Please come, somebody, please hurry. Picturing myself thrashing around in bed, I tried desperately to squeeze any sound out of my mouth, but it was useless. I sat there still as stone. More than an hour later, Dad finally arrived. His face and mask were shocked. Dad scrambled to my bedside and picked Mom up in his arms. Her face was wet with bright red blood. Dad carried Mom out of the room, but before he left, he turned over his shoulder and shot me an angry look, as if blaming me for what had happened. But you're wrong, Dad. This is your fault. I mean, none of this would have happened if you just killed me, wouldn't it? Following the accident, Dad took over the role of my caretaker. He spent the days working on his laptop, never making eye contact with me. But after less than a week of this, the doctor came into my hospital room and began discussing something with Dad. Dad was clearly distressed, but after brooding for several minutes, he nodded silently. Accepting a pen from the doctor, he slowly signed a number of documents. That night, Dad came right up to my side and watched my face for a long time. Dad didn't take my hand or stroke my head. If this was going to be the last time, I wanted him to touch me even for a moment. Thank you, Dad. Dad stayed by my side until morning. I was really happy. The next day, an unfamiliar doctor came into my room. He gave me a number of injections, stripped me naked, and carefully inspected my body. Dad stood silently by and watched. Mom wasn't there. At the end, Dad looked down at me and said something, but I couldn't make out the words. I was loaded onto a stretcher and carried to an operating room. My heart was going to be taken out of my body to save someone else. It'd be a lie to say I had no regrets, but that didn't sound so terrible. A lot more appealing than lying around helplessly and making Mom and Dad miserable, at least. No matter how badly I wanted to move, my body was still. No matter how much I wanted to speak, I couldn't talk to anyone. I didn't want to exist like that. That day in the operating room, I think I died once. Right, so then your heart was transplanted into Michiru's body.
でもまさかあんなにはっきりと意識まで移るとは思わなかった。
Yeah, that's some witch magic if I ever seen it. Fuck.
私はいつも暗闇の世界にいた。だけど、ミチルに嫌なことが起こると、ステージにスポットライトが当たるように、私に光が差すの。その光を手繰り寄せると、私は彼女の体を動かせることが分かった。彼女の体を動かせると知ったとき、正直、これはしてはいけないことだって思った。だってこれは彼女の体だから。もしそれが可能だとしても、知らないふりをしてずっと暗闇で眠っていなければいけないんだ。
It's a complicated situation.
だけど、長い間ずっとベッドで動けなかった私にとって、指を動かす、声を出す、視線をどこかに向けるという行為は快感とも言えるものだった。体を自由に動かすことがこんなにも素晴らしいことだなんて。
Yeah, it's one of those things you don't really think about until you can't do it. Fuck. Oh, I was not expecting to have a massive field trip over Michiru here today. Whoa, yeah. Remember when I ended the fucking video and was done recording for tonight? I do too. And now we're here. Not surprising that you feel that way, but the body you're removing wasn't actually yours. Someone upstairs has a nasty sense of humor.
子供の頃に悲しいことがあってから心を閉ざしているみたいだった。だからそれで彼女が辛い時は代わりに表に出ていろいろなことをした。彼女の人生がうまくいくようにって必死で頑張った。でも正直に言えば単純に動けることが嬉しかっただけかもしれない。
Yeah, man, maybe a little bit of both, honestly.
本当にミチルのことを思えばあんなことをしちゃいけなかったのよ。大きなお世話だった。余計に彼女を傷つけて悩ませてしまっていたものね。
Not intentionally. You did everything you could to ease that pain. Michiru's suffering hurt you too.
言ったでしょ。私は悪者なんかじゃないのよ。純粋にミチルを助けたかっただけ。
Well, she wants to return the favor, so let's talk about these regrets of yours, by which I mean, what do you want to do?
何でも願いが叶うとしたら、ママとパパに会いたいかな。
That'd be nice. Your parents, huh?
何か一つだけって言うなら、ママとパパ。それで、会ってどうするわけじゃないけど、顔が見たい。
I see. So that's your wish, is it?
そんなの無理に決まってる。私の住んでいた場所は日本じゃない。
Damn.
ここから遠すぎる。それにこの姿であったとしても、私だってわからないでしょ。
I reach out and squeeze the girl's hand tightly. I can't return you to your original form, but I can take you to your parents. If that's what you want, I'll help make it happen. After all, that's what Michiru wants as well.
私が住んでいたのは日本じゃないんだよ。
We'll get us a fucking helicopter. I'm sure Yuuji's got one of them on standby. What about it? Is it supposed to be a problem? The only issue I see here is you're waffling. We'll have to do this if you don't want to, alright? You might regret it later, but it's your choice to make. So what's it gonna be? You've already made up your mind, haven't you? You know you have. I'll give you 2 seconds to answer. This is your only chance. Ready?
行く。
I hadn't even started counting. Whatever. It's fine.
ユージ君、私をママとパパのところに連れて行って。
No.
顔が見たい。 それだけにし
Mich
て
and Yuuji go on a quest to give Michiru some fucking closure. Yeah, man. Understood. Stand by here for 5 minutes.
ちょっと待って。だって5分ってどうするの？
He's getting the helicopter.
行っちゃった。
Yuji's a fucking weirdo, man. Who knows?
でも無理だよね。
But he'll find a goddamn way. Fucking Mary Sue. I know he's not. Well, I accept that you all think he's not. Anyway, let's move on.
風見くんってば何を考えているのかしら。私だけならともかくハルデラさんまで巻き込むなんて。
Hold up, ma'am. Please. It's actually quite comfortable. I'm scared I'm gonna fall over, though. I'm kind of fat. I feel like I'm gonna break this chair. Anyway, point is... Oh, damn. Ow, that's definitely gonna break it, idiot. It's good to see you again. It's been a second. I think it's been since the overdose. Oh, fuck.
あなたは学園長？
Hey, how you doing, man?
そうよ、話は聞きました。ああ、もうあんな言い方されたら私が断れないこと知ってて。
He's scum of the earth, he is.
あの弱みをついてくるなんて絶対に許さない。
I don't blame you. I've still never forgiven him for opening his mouth the first time I ever met him. He was fine for a little while. Then he got mouthy, and then I was like, no. Trash.
どういうことでしょう。
Oh, fuck. Thank you for putting up with me, everyone.
ああ、ごめんなさい。いいから出発の準備をしなさい。と言っても、靴だけ履き替えればいいわよ。
We're doing a damn thing, ain't we?
パスポートも着替えも必要ないわ。観光じゃないならツアーガイドも必要ないでしょ。でも遊園地にも行きたいなら今回は我慢してね。そこまで楽しめるプランは組めないわ。
Did we ever establish where her parents are? Like, was she, like, where was she from? From Europe? She American? From down under? Where was she from? Her parents are speaking Japanese. Plot hole. Front wing. Anyway. Motherfucker literally got a helicopter, didn't he?
Cookie?
You brought a whole ass airplane? What the fuck? Sorry to keep you waiting. Good thing I happen to have someone flying around nearby. How'd I do? Was that 5 minutes? Yuuji. James Yuuji. Anyway, let's... Let me get Chizuru or I drag Michiru out of her room. Yeah, I'll take responsibility where I can. At least we'll go 50-50 on the rest. This has escalated immensely. We're on a fucking quest. It's happening. It's alright. We're gonna see your parents right now. This escalated really quickly. Yes, right now. Once the destination is made, why put off taking action? You agreed to this yourself, remember? I imagine Michiru's just sitting in the background going, oh. So this is happening now. Before the girl continues spouting objections, I cover her eyes with my hand. Trust me, alright? America's not far. She's American. I should have known. This is definitely where the hair came from. America's not so far as all that. Think back once we're there, it'll feel like we only left 3 seconds ago. That's gonna be a long ride, actually. The Pacific Ocean's a longin'. And if you go the other way around, you're just crazy. I'm gonna demonstrate. 3, 2, 1. Wild. I'm home. Anyway. This does sound like I would live here. That we are. How was that? Blink of an eye, right?
もうちょっとだけ長かった気もするけど。
I feel like we've turned this series into a joke now. Anyway. I placed a sales call to your house on the ride over. A woman answered the phone, so they're probably home. Incidentally, they don't seem to have any plans to purchase high-quality carpets at the moment.
カーペット屋さんのふりをしたの？悪い人。
Hey, what do you have against carpet salesmen? Or is it because it's the most honorable and noble profession? And is like, how dare you impersonate it? That's like stolen valor, but for carpets. I have a bit of a guilty conscience if she'd asked me for a free sample of something, but that wasn't how it happened. No harm done, right? I keep up my conversation with Yuuji-kun, but most of it goes in one ear and out the other. This is the okay, we're in her brain now. Oh, jeez, game, hold on, help me here. This is the town I grew up in, the street I return to every day. The very smell of the air brings a flood of memories, and although it's a little dirtier than I remembered, that's definitely my house. It's a nice house. Going back in time for dinner. You came this far, so don't hesitate. Get going. A little kick in the boot, and Michiru's absolutely perfect boot. As has been established in the previous episode. Take my sweet time just getting to the porch. After a few hesitant moments, I reach up and put my finger on the doorbell. But I can't bring myself to press it. Minutes slide by as I stand there like a statue. I consider having Yuuji-kun ring the bell in my place, but that would defeat the point of this visit. It's weird having you add the kun in there. It's weird. Even so, the tiny plastic button in front of me looks like some enormous, intimidating gong. The sort of thing you'd hang by the gate to hell. We'll get the Slayer on this bitch. He'll get in there. It's easy. I bet you it glows all green and there's a big symbol on it. You got this, man. We believe in you. I believe in you. Yuuji believes in you. Michiru believes in you. We're all fucking here for you, man. Broski. Brodette. We got this. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe I'll just give up and crawl back in failure. If Michiru can pull herself literally out of a grave, you can do this. You can do basically the same thing, but metaphorically speaking.
3
Trace.
ちょっとカーペットならいらないって言ったでしょ
But maybe they're really nice carpets. I spin around to find myself face to face with Mom. Was she supposed to be inside the house? Oh, but I guess you can't see, or you can see the front door pretty clearly from the gardens. Since I was standing out here all this time, maybe she thought I was some kind of suspicious character. Michiru does look very suspicious. You're like, who is this person? Why do I love them so much? I don't know, but I love them more than anything. She used to drive off door-to-door salesmen like this every once in a while when I was a kid, come to think of it. Can't say I expected her to be keeping up at this age. Keeping that up at this age. Amusement, shock, hesitation, and happiness swell up in me all at once, fusing into an unidentifiable mass of emotion.
あらあらごめんなさいさっきセールスの電話があったからそいつかと思っちゃって
Yeah, what a dick that guy is. I heard he buries people in the middle of the fucking nowhere sometimes. And for some reason, people really like him. I appreciate what he's done. Minding everyone, I appreciate it. But my jealousy is unrivaled. And it's really fun to make fun of him. Anyway. Because he's a fucking goof. Anyway.
こんな場所にお客さんなんて珍しい。さあ、
It's convenient that
中に入って
you
おくれ。
speak Japanese.
いえ、もうここで失礼します。
ん？何か用があってきたんだろ？ほら、
Just roll
いい
up
か
on her.
らおいでよ。
Also, we should let Michiru talk to her too and be like, hey, thanks for the fucking heart. And let me roll up and say, hey, like, hey, it's fucked, but thank you. And thank you to your daughter. Because she saved the best thing that's ever happened to me.
はい。
あんた、 よく見たら美人さんだね。
She really
お
is,
母さん
man.
に似たのかしら。
You have no idea.
さあ早くしないとコヨ
I don't know
ー
about
テ
her
が
mom
出るよ。あんたみたいなちっちゃい子はパクリだよ。
はい。
No. Also, I'll kick the shit out of any coyotes
ど
come
う
after
せ
my
おば
fucking
ちゃ
girl.
んの一人暮らしだからね。
Little bastards.
遠慮することはないよ。
Scrawny little motherfuckers. I could take them on. I'm big. They'll gnaw me up a little bit, I'm sure. They'll kill cats. I kick one's head in, though. We can do this. I haven't done it before, but I'm saying I could. How big are their packs? I should know this. I live in Montana. Pointless coyotes as bitches? Anyway, point. Let's move on.
鳥暮らし。
No. Oh, mama. And baby girl. How dare I block her face? It's so upsetting to me. Oh. Mom bustles into the kitchen and makes tea for me. It's her special black blend with ginger, honey and ginger. When I was a kid, I really loved this stuff. I remember asking for so many refills that she'd
いた
get
だき
mad.
ます。
おや、どうかしたかい？お口に。
美
Oops,
味しい
sorry.
ですとても。
I've done that so many times now and it's really upset me.
そう、それはよかったわ。何杯でも飲んでいってね。
Mom smiles at me like a child. The tea definitely isn't bad, but the flavoring is a little too sweet for me now. The ingredients different? Does this tongue work differently than mine, or did I just grow up? Glancing around the room, I notice how spare and empty it is. A small twinge of something like loneliness strikes me. It's the sort of melancholy you might feel like when walking a scrawny old dog on a rainy day.
いや、旦那さんはいらっしゃらないんですか？
What are the chances that fell apart after he basically just, yeah, take care of the daughter?
ああ、お父ちゃんかい？そうだ
Oh, no.
ね。行くときは急なもんさ。去年死んじまってね。それから私一人で暮らしてるよ。
Oh, man.
家族で過ごしてたときは狭い狭いって文句を言ってたけど、一人になるとこんなに広いんだね。
Fuck.
持て余しちゃうよ。
Mom chuckles at her own joke, but I know how much she loved Dad. She has to be
ご
forcing
家
herself.
族は旦那さんだけだったんですか？
ああ、娘がいたよ。とっても可愛くて優しい子でね。生きてたらあんたと同じくらいなはずさ。その子がいなくなってから、お父ちゃんは人が変わったみたいに仕事に没頭してね。過労でぽっくりさ。何かで気持ちを紛らわせていないと耐えられなかったんだろうね。もちろん私だって同じ気持ちだった。
そうなんですか。
Damn it.
寂しいですね。
Mom answers that I was, her voice like a
そ
sigh.
りゃ寂しいさ。だけどね、お父ちゃんも娘も心の中でしっかり生きてるからね。
Yeah, man. They'll always be with you.
だから私は一人じゃないんだ
And
よ。
some of them will be fucking
ここで
ghosts
一緒
in
な
a
のさ。ここ
really
で
adorable
ね。
Japanese girl. Thumping her own chest, Mom smiles brightly at me. Not knowing what to say, I just sip my tea.
こんなことをお伺いするのも失礼かと思いますが。
I force the question out of my mouth. It feels like leaping headfirst in the Niagara
娘さんと旦那
Falls.
さんは仲良かったんですか？
なんかそりゃいいに決まってるよ。親子だものね。この子ったら変なこと言うね。そうだ、 せっかくだからいいもの見せてあげるよ。
Mom leaves the room but returns only a moment later. There's a string of worn out old paper cranes in her
これ
hand.
ね、娘が入院した時にお父ちゃんが徹夜で作ったのよ。それなのにあの人ったら渡す時になったら恥ずかしいって言ってね。シャイだったんだね、あんな顔して。まったく。まだ物置にたくさんあるよ。千羽鶴だなんて日本的だしロマンティックだね。でももう何年も前の話だよ。
I touch the cranes with the tips of my fingers. The paper is damp and a little moldy. Even so, my heart fills up with warmth. Just imagining my stern-faced dad hunched over a table making origami makes me want to laugh. It's not his style at all.
私もお父ちゃんも娘のことを心から愛していたよ。救ってやれなくて本当に申し訳ないと思ってる。夢みたいなことをね、バカみたいなことって分かってるけど、もしももう一度あの子に会えるなら謝りたいよ。親なのに子供を最後まで守ってやれなくてごめんってね。幸せにしてやれなくてごめんって。ちゃんと愛してやれなくてごめんって。ダメな親でごめんねって。ごめん。
Ain't none of that. Watching Mom struggle on the brink of tears, I'm overcome by the need to do something, anything. I reach out and take her hand in mine. She's surprised for a moment, but soon gently squeezes back, her hands wrinkled and dry, but still as warm and as comforting as I remember it.
私がこんなこと言うのも変だけど、きっと娘さんは幸せだったと思います。
Yeah, man. Hmm.
だってこんなに愛されているじゃないですか。謝るなんてそんなの変です。謝らなくちゃいけないの。
All of a sudden, there's a thick lump at the bottom of my throat that the words can't find their way past. Mom leans over and begins thumping me softly on the back.
私、なんて言えばいいのか。でも、謝ることなんてないと。
Mom's stroking my hair just like she used to, but the tears won't
あ
stop.
んたは優しい子だね。ありがとう。そう思うと少し楽になるよ。
And with that, the flow of words stops entirely. I throw myself into Mom's arms, bawling like a baby. She seems taken a little back, but gently embraces me. In the end, I can't do a thing.
私、失礼させていただきます。
My voice twisted beyond recognition, I somehow managed to croak out the
何
words.
か用事があったんじゃないのかい。ごめんね。私があんな話しちまったばかりに。
It takes everything I have just to shake my head. It's not your fault, Mom. None of this is. I'm the only one who needs to apologize. There's so many things I want to say, but I can't get any of it across. I don't want to leave like this, but the words won't come. Even though I might never see her again, even though all this may be the very last time I hear her voice, all I can do is
それ
cry.
じゃあね、気をつけて帰るんだよ。
Mom, The words just won't come. It's no good.
実は私、娘さんのお友達だったんです。それでここに来たんです。
My girl just take over? I think she did. That sounds more like her. one more of these. I'm sorry, I peek behind the curtain. It's so that I can do thumbnails so I don't have to go through the entire scenes again, because I keep usually having to do that and it's really annoying. And since I already fucked up my webcam the first time and haven't gone back to fix it, which is why it's maybe not so bad, but a little stuttery and stuff. Anyway, that was what that's about. Anyway, sorry.
泣いてしまってごめんなさい。でも会えてよかったです。
Yeah, again, I'm sure Meech wants to jump in and be like, hey, by the way, daughter saved my goddamn life. That's pretty great. It's been a complicated fucking ride since then. But I'm alive. Mouse moving all by itself, speaking for me. But it's not unpleasant. And now Michiru must be doing this for me.
おや、そうかい。あの子のお友達かい。だったら早くそう言ってくれればよかったのに。
Mom smiles, something like relief in her eyes, and my mouth keeps on
私
moving.
まだおばさまとお話ししたいことたくさんあります。涼しいお願いかもしれませんが、お手紙送ってもいいですか？
Shoutouts to Meech for, like, again, totally rolling up and just, hey, I got this. I'll save the fucking day.
おやおや、もちろんだともさ。時間ならたっぷり余ってるからね。うちにはパソコンがないけど、それでもいいかい？今時の子はペンで手紙を書くなんてことをしないんだろ？
ちゃんと書きます。だから待っててください。必ず送りますから。
ありがとうね。住所はガーディナ。
大丈夫。分かってますから。
そうかい。
Michiru's at the
失礼
house.
します。また。
ああ、またね。気をつけて帰るんだよ。
Mom petted my head one last time. I thought I'd never see her again, but Yuuji brought me to her. I thought our relationship would end with this one visit, but Michiru helped me. Of course she did. She's a fucking superhero. I wanted to thank them, but the only thing that came out of my mouth were weird strangled little sounds. On the road outside the house, after making sure Mom wasn't watching, I cried my heart out.
大丈夫。これでいいんだよ。
Fucking A right. Michiru reassured me. Yuuji stroked my head many times, just like Mom had. The familiar smells of my hometown and the scent of kind-hearted friends mingled together in a pleasant, comforting breeze that somehow seemed to be blowing from the future. God damn, man. Yeah, I am curious how much we do have left. Honestly, don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, I think. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah. Through all the sad, because there was a lot of that, it was really good to have Michiru get some fucking peace and to have Michiru get some peace. Both of them fucking needed it. Ah, fuck. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. And that should be that's probably gonna be the most I'm gonna be able to get done this week. I think if I do record more, I'm gonna need to fucking stand up a little bit because goddamn my legs. Get some water, but yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and give a little bit of love. And I will see you all next time. Tools, duels, and lemons, everybody. Stay safe, stay wonderful, stay beautiful. And you goddamn better love Michiru. You know, leaving off on a line like that, really should have seen this one coming, to be honest with you. Hey, hi-ho, and howdy everyone. My name is Shannon Olshook. And that's right, I did end the video like 5 minutes before the game's over. So anyway, yeah, I so like when I was at the end of last episode, I was very much worried that was kind of the case, because again, that leaves it, and I was literally the entire time I'm thinking like, I don't know if I should continue on, because I don't know if there's a lot going on left or if there's a little bit, and I wanted to play it safe. So then I dropped down into the Discord and I was like, hey, I recorded some Grisaia, fuck. And then everyone was like, yeah. And then I was like, fucking hey, after like a month. And I'm like, yes, stop reminding me. Anyway, and I did that. And they were like, hey, where'd you get to? I was like, well, before I recorded through the Michiru going through her entire fucking arc, and the HC, and then I ended up going back in and did all the Michiru stuff. And that was when both Jeff and Zach both collectively went, wait, so that would mean you left off. Did he just leave? Did he? And it was like, you can check the spoiler if you want. And I'm like, cool. I totally did just stop right before the end of the game, didn't I? And they're like, should probably click that spoiler. So, fucking hell. I don't know if this is going to be at the end of the last one or if it's going to be its own. It's probably going to be its own, because I might take a little bit of time to just sit and talk about things. I don't know what I can really say. I've talked a fucking lot in this series, man. I was not expecting to finish it this week. I wasn't. And obviously it's not the finish of this, the end of the series. But it is the end of the thing. It is the end of the thing that matters most to me. It's been a fucking week. I ended Monica and I'm gonna end Grisaia too. Holy shit, fuck. Anyway, what happened last time? We basically, Michiru really wanted to take some time to give Michiru some closure because of their discussion and talking about regrets. Because, you know, Michiru kind of found her place and her way of things. And, you know, she wanted to see Michiru get that as well. And so, we did. Yuuji just whipped out a fucking jet out of nowhere. Rolled up and we flew to America. And, yeah. Michiru and Michiru both kind of went in there and said what they needed to say to her mom. And it was really nice. And we left off here. Again, I should have known, considering it's like the entire time, because like that's such a line, like, well, that definitely seems like a finale. But also, I don't know. Fucking A. So we're here. We're gonna run through this last bit, and I guess we're gonna say goodbye. And I'm gonna kind of give some little thoughts here and there. Again, there's only so much I think I'll be able to say, because I've talked so much about this. I just realized Michiru's the background on my wallpaper right now. Of course she is. A real one. This has been a fucking trip, man. It has been. I'll also try and talk just a little bit about, you know, whatever I'm gonna do with the rest of the series, because I honestly don't really know. It's a complicated one, but we'll talk about it a little bit there. We're gonna go ahead and run through this ending bit, and then I'll talk a little. It's fucking crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. Anyway. And so a curtain falls on the story of two peculiar girls. The girl who shut herself up inside a box and waited for rescue is gone. Michiru's come to understand that she's the only one who can save herself. And of course, people can't live alone. We need the help of others, but what really matters is finding our own road. And the strength of will to walk it. Human beings don't have wings on their backs. We have no choice but to make our way forward on the two legs we were given. Life is just a long series of such small steps. There are plenty of things still undone, plenty of problems still unresolved, but that's inevitable. Anyway, wouldn't wrapping things up too neatly be a little boring? From now on, Michiru and I will be dealing with the problems that come our own way. The world isn't so complicated. Walk forward and you'll find the future. Turn back and you'll find your memories. Cut off a piece and you've got a story. It's just one small part of one such tale.
ねえ、気持ちいいね、風。
True enough. I can understand why you love this place so much.
過去みたいに言わないで。今でも好きよ。
I see. However, I would be remiss not to mention that a particularly thorny difficulty has arisen in the aftermath of this incident. Am I to blame for this? Is Michiru, or perhaps the other girl? I wouldn't mind taking the time for a thorough analysis of the matter, but in any case, I'm currently at my wit's end.
そうかな。ここ、そこまでいいものかな。
So this is just a whole thing now, huh? We're just rolling with it? I'm here for Michiru, and that means whatever comes with her. Except for you. Fuck.
ねえ、ユージ君。それよりさ、もっと違う場所行かない？ハン
I'm
バーガー
always
屋さんとか。
I'm always up for a burger.
ちょっと待ってよ。出てこないでよね。今、私はユージとデートしてるの。わかる？
Oh.
人の邪魔はしないって約束でしょ。
This is what I want. I just want them to be friends and be chill and hang out together. It's gonna be weird. but shut up, chair. But I don't know.
だって君のセンス悪いんだもん。かといってさ、ユージ君に任せると走ってばっかりだし。
Yeah.
本当にバランス悪いよね、二人とも。
A gaggle of doofuses.
そんな指摘しなくていいのに。ねえ、ユージ。
No, it's fucking beautiful, man. And it's better because you're here. Anywhere's beautiful with Michiru. I suppose boring would be one way to describe. Kick him into the ocean.
だったら先に行ってよね。他の場所にしたのに。
No. Well, the location doesn't matter. Anywhere's fun within it. You motherfucker! I said it first. You line-stealing bitch. I'm sorry. Fuck.
何浮かれてんのよ。ユージ君は口がうまいからお世辞に決まってるでしょ。
Her giggles are amazing. Don't take this away from me.
嘘。そうなの、ユージ。
Hmm?
じゃないわよ。何よその疑問系。意味わかんない。やだの。
As you can see, both personalities are not capable of merging at the same time. I saw that. Nasty side effect of my improved hypnotism, perhaps? Then again, apparently Michiru took over the conversation for the girl on her visit to California, so maybe that's what did it. Whatever the case may be, there's no changing the fact that this is a major pain in the ass. This is victory. You got a cool new friendo, and you have the greatest thing that's ever been given to mankind. And it's in the same place. That's amazing. That's wonderful. Fantastic. You whiny motherfucker. Who are you, me?
だってさ、あんたなんて私が大事にしてた宝物の中身あっさりしてるしさ。あれはちょっとひどかったじゃない。君が捨ててって言ったからでしょ。それに本当は捨ててないよ。
You just stuck him in the
見て
ceiling?
ごらん。ちゃんとあるから。
What are you, Batman?
そうなの？そうだよ。私は昔から大事なものは屋根裏に隠しておく癖があるんです。
Hey.
君みたいに考えなしに捨てたりしないの。
Just got a good head on her. That's good.
そんなしっかりしてるアピールしてるけど、お母さんを前にして何も言えな
Not,
かった。
not a cool customer in that case.
そう。
A sad sweet
い
bean.
やそうでしょ。あの時は緊張してたし。でも手伝ってくれてありがとうね。
Fucking A.
そんな急に素直に俺を言われる。
You fucking killed it, baby girl. A champion. God, I love you. Michiru looks up at the sky, her expression slightly
で
bashful.
もさ、なんていうの？ 今度また会いに行こうよ。私は
Yeah.
あのお母
She
さん
seemed
も
cool.
好きだし、優し
You're
そうな
good
顔
friends.
してるし。何しろあんたがいなかったら私は今生きてないかもしれない。そのお礼も兼ねてね。
I mean, that's kind of just how it be.
それまでに私消えちゃったりしてね。
Hey, you don't gotta leave. I mean, don't take up all the time, because I would be a little upset you get in the way of my girl, but you still chill?
ダメ、それはダメ。
Yeah.
これからはずっと一緒にいよう。何の偶然かはわからないけど、この体に二人の心が残って
It's
る。
definitely witch magic,
この体は私だけのものでも、
but it worked out in the end. It's good witch magic.
これは二人のもの。これからは私が助けられるばっかりじゃなくて、あんたのことを助けてあげるからね。待ってなさい。
This makes me so fucking happy. I'm so upset that it's gonna be over. Michiru jabs out a finger to emphasize the point, but with nowhere in particular to aim at, she just ends up pointing at herself. Yeah, damn it.
だってほら、あんたは私の
It's gotta be weird, too, just jumping in between those two. Fuck it, yeah, I'm taking over. Nerds.
そうね。
Oh.
君を一人にさせておくと勝手に暴走するし。
There you go, it's a best friend you can't help but not have around all the time. Yeah, she's our idiot, though.
何その言い方。ひどい。
But I love this idiot. She's the best idiot on the planet. Fuck all other idiots. They're not in the way. This idiot
君
fucks.
の真似なら得意だからね。何よ、あんたに私のこのスーパーナチュラルツンデレができるっていうの？できるわよ。簡単。今やってみせましょうか。じゃあ、ユージくん。
Conversation seems to have taken a highly problematic turn. I'd love to pretend I hadn't heard, but that's not a realistic option right now. Instead, I grunt out a reluctant half-drone of a response. Yeah?
今からツンデレするから、どっちがやったか当ててね。
Yeah, understood. Shouldn't be a problem.
ある？ちゃんと見分けることできる？
Bet you I can. I know Michiru. I know her acting abilities. Spent all this time. I am the #1 Meech fan. We've established this. It is law. I want to cry. Of course. Enough with the dramatic build-up. Just do it already.
わかった。ね。せーの。あんたのことなんて大好きなんだよね。
I have my guess. Okay, I don't have a damn clue. Michiru stares intently at my face, her eyes filled with confident expectation. God knows what's going to happen to me if I get this wrong. With no alternative, I pull out the trump card. I love you too. Sneaky bitch. That's my answer too. Get off my fucking Kool-Aid. I'm sorry. After a moment of bewilderment, a big grin spreads across her face.
嬉しいです。
Oh, Michiru's giggles are so dangerous. No telling how long this trick will keep working. Have to figure out something before she catches
やれ
on.
やれ。だからユージ君の口のうまさにごまかされてる。
He may be, but I fucking meant it.
ちょっとユージ、それ本当だったら許せない
Can't
ん
trust
だ
him,
から
man.
ね。
He's a danger to society. Marry me. Oh no. Don't do it. Kyle. Oh, fuck. doesn't feel real to be here, man. It doesn't. I'm so incredibly sad to see it go, but I'm so sad, or so fucking glad to see her happy. Not just her happy, but Michiru too. And this nerd, I guess. It's been such a fucking experience, man. It's been a hard one, and it's been rough, and it's been sad, and I've cried, and I've loved it, but I've cried even though I loved it, and... Oh, show me that one again. I don't know. It's just... It's been a crazy one. It's one of those ones that, like, I still don't think I would call it... Again, I only have this route to go off of. But to be fair, if there was any fucking route, it's gonna be the one that has my favorite character of anything ever in it, right? In the end, I still do think I personally do prefer Katawa Shoujo of the two. I think it just generally resonates with me a little bit more. Obviously, again, only have the one route to go off of here, so that's not completely fair for me to knock it. But regardless, I still did...
こんにちは。お元気ですか？先日は突然お伺いして申し訳ありませんでした。
Still got legitimately my favorite thing I've ever gotten out of anything. No exaggeration, no fucking ha-has, no nothing like that. Michiru is my favorite. That character means so much to me on a personal level. It is absurd. And not just did she fucking resonate with me and connect with me and give me so much fucking peace and sorrow and happiness and all of that at once. But I just love her. Like, she's just such a fucking treasure. And I don't know why I connected with her the way that I did. I don't know why I fell in love with her the way that I did. But I did. Never like that with anything else. I've never gotten that with any other person. I've been in 2 relationships. They were shit relationships, but still. For everything that came out of this, for everything that I've gone through in this game, everything I've gone through on this channel, none of it is ever going to compare to her. And I will finish this bit up here real quick, but yeah. That character is going to be something that I hold on to me for the rest of my fucking life. Just will. Seeing how much of her struggle overlaps with mine and how much she's gone through in her past. And again, so much of it just fucking radiates a disgusting air of familiarity for me. And it's a complicated one. It's weird. It does sound almost vain. But again, I adore that character so much, but I also just see so much of myself in Michiru. And yeah, I would not trade this experience, or even more importantly, her, for fucking anything. Just anything. No. So again, I will get to this in just a sec, but I cannot thank any of you enough for joining me here, for putting up with my constant, just absurd, weird love for this character, and for my constant shit-talking of anyone who even so much just looked bad in her general direction. And I can't thank Front Wing and Kaori Mizuhashi for bringing me this character. Again, Kaori, you're an insanely fucking talented person, and you got way more fucking oomph in yourself than I ever will. It takes some fucking... yeah, to do some of the stuff in this game and plenty other stuff that she's done. I don't know. It's just... yeah, I would not trade any of this for anything. Even if it's not my favorite series. Even if it's not... fucking whatever. It doesn't matter. Because Michiru is my favorite. And it is one of the best thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life. Without question. I've gotten quite a bit of really much needed peace in my life from this channel. Whether it be meeting you guys, making friends, and people who pay attention to me for some reason and care about me and worry about me and say nice things and say something so simple as like, hey, day sucked. Thanks for making this, because I got to distract myself for a bit. And I want to cry when you say that. And like, that's one thing. And there was, this was a fucking hard year, and it's not fucking over yet. This has been such a fucking hard year, man. But you guys helped me get through it. You guys helped me. The thing with my family and like coming out and just so many things, and like I couldn't do that without you guys. And as fucking stupid as it sounds, without her, I couldn't have gone through that. I couldn't have. I am still terrified of a lot. But it's people like Michiru. It is Michiru who has helped me find a bit of peace in this fucked up life, and I can't express how important that has been to me. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, guys. And again, thank you to Front Wing and to Kaori and to anyone who ever worked on this shit. Because you guys are assholes. But you legitimately gave me something beautiful in my life. And not only did you do that, but you gave me a kind of peace. And it's not perfect, and it's not done, and it's not gone, and I'm not fine forever. But I'm better. And that's because of this story, and it's because of her. And, yeah. Life's fucking complicated. But I'm so glad this got to be a little complication in my life. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then we're going to go ahead and end it. And I don't know if there's going to be too much more I can say. But I will get to anything else I happen to have there. Or at least just get to my goodbyes for a while. I'm sorry.
こんにちは。お元気ですか？先日は突然お伺いして申し訳ありませんでした。急な訪問なのに快く私を迎え入れてくれたことを深く感謝しています。娘さんはおばさまのことをとても愛していたと思います。もちろん旦那さんのこともです。
Oh, they write in the letter.
でも年頃になると恥ずかしくて、そういったことが面と向かって言えなくなる時期があるのです。それはおばさまも経験があるでしょ。私にはいつもご両親への感謝の気持ちを話してくれていましたよ。娘さんはこんなことを言っていました。パパとママに手を引かれていった遊園地が忘れられないと。そこはとてもカラフルな世界で、みんなが心の底から笑っていた。甘いポップコーンの香りと空に飛んでいく風船の鮮やかな赤。近づいてきたキャラクターが大きくて怖くて泣いてしまったりとか、疲れてパパの背中で眠ってしまったこととか、お土産のチョコのクランチを帰りの車の中で全部食べてしまって叱られたこととか、その全部が宝物だと愛しそうに話してくれました。子供と大人の間の時期は感謝を素直に伝えることに抵抗があります。だけどそこから遠く離れてしまうと、自分のいた場所がどれだけ大切でどれだけ幸せだったかということが痛いほどわかるのです。ここからは私のお話です。私は今優しいお友達や素敵な恋人と一緒にいて、みんなに囲まれて幸せに暮らしています。おばさまとは遠く離れているけど、私にとって私の世界を構成する大事なお友達のうちの一人なんです。お友達だなんて言って気を悪くしたらごめんなさい。でも本当そうなんです。今娘さんとおばさまは遠く離れた場所にいるけれど、きっとおばさまのことを忘れたことは一日もないと思います。そして娘さんは今幸せに暮らしていると思います。長くなってしまったので、この辺りで今回はおしまいにしておきます。またお手紙を書いていいですか？まだまだ話したいことがたくさんあります。おばさまももし退屈な時間があったら私にお手紙を書いてください。おばさまがどんな風に暮らしているのかすごく興味があります。それではまた。日本より愛を込めて。確かによく書けてるけどルール違反じゃない？今日は私とユージのデートの日でしょ。あんたお休みなのに。
Fucking. She really is my perfect goof. I love it.
わかってるってば。でもどうしても今日中に書き上げておきたかったから。まあそれは許すわよ。ロスタイム扱いしてもいいわよ。でもちょっと聞きたいんですけど、この素敵な恋人って誰のこと？まさかユージじゃないよね。
It's good to know Michiru is equally as jelly as I am.
君の恋人は私の恋人じゃないの？
I mean, wouldn't have to be, but it does seem logical and easier that way if it worked out. Can I believe this discussion got happened many a time earlier on when you first showed up?
なわけないでしょ。ユージは私の恋人なのに。
Same. Fuck off, Yuuji. She's all mine, you son of a bitch. You goofy motherfucker. I'm sorry.
そうですか。何その含みのある感じ。 うんうん、別に。
Hey, get a move on in there. Don't be late unless you feel like running again.
ほらほら、今の聞いた？もし走ることになったらあんたがやりなさいよね。わかった。あとは封をするだけだから。私はもう寝るから。封して送っておいてね。絶対忘れないでね。わかってるわよ、わかってるってば。はい、おやすみおやすみ。おやすみなさい。
Oh. I can feel her closing her eyes and sinking into sleep. Since we accepted each other, we've picked up a bunch of new tricks like this. These days, I can feel her moving inside me. 3 minutes until scheduled time of assembly. I'm going to make you both run, by the way. Timeliness. That is a word. Is a group responsibility. This next to godliness. Take the envelope and begin to fold her letter, then pause. Grab a pen and scratch a few lines at the very bottom of the page.
推進とは。
For some reason, I remembered the way she hid my treasures when I slid the corner tile free from the dorm room ceiling. My diaries and photos came tumbling down along with my treasure rocks. Maybe my patience is at an end. I am leaving you behind. Next time, get moving 5 minutes before you think you... Bitch, it did not take her 3 minutes or whatever the fuck to write P.S. Calmeth thine mammary glands, you goofy bitch.
待ってってば。手紙出しに一緒に行こうよ。
おばさまがどんな風に暮らしているのかすごく興味があります。それではまた日本より愛を込めて。あらあら、あの子ったら本当に親切ね。こんなおばさんの相手してくれるなんて。
She is the sweetest. And her friend's pretty sweet too.
推進？急に字が汚くなってるけど、どうしたのかしら。
Michiru would have some goofy ass handwriting in comparison. She'd have my handwriting. Because we're literally the same human being, I swear.
天井裏？どれどれ見てみましょうかね。おやおや、これはまた。
Mom found your secret stash, Michiru. She gave it away. Oh, fucking A, man. God damn it. I'm glad we got that extra scene at the end there. Yeah, man. It's been... It's been so much. That's a fake ass name in there. Again, I can't say thank you guys enough for joining me for this. It's been a long fucking run. I'm sorry especially that you had to have that wait there this last couple months. I definitely was not anticipating I was going to finish it here that was unexpected. But, again, it's been an absolute trip, and I cannot thank you all enough for joining me. This has been one of, obviously, the most impactful, if not the most impactful thing I've ever done on the channel for fairly obvious reasons. Been something special. Again, I don't know what's gonna happen with the rest of the series. I don't. It's obviously it is a commitment to continue it. That being said, obviously the routes are a lot shorter than running through the whole thing again. But honestly, it's also just I don't know if I can. I don't know if I have any real desire to, and not because, again, any of the rest of it is bad, or because I dislike the other characters. Let's be real, I love Amine, and Yumiko is fucking fantastic, and as much as I give Makina shit, she's pretty solid. Sachi's a treasure.
Grisaia no Kajitsu.
But yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Bam! Look at you. That's a you, Shannon. You, look at how slow that is, too. Wonderful. I apologize for that. It's gonna be that way. But, yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with the rest of the series, honestly. I really don't. I never cover up the bottom of a door this time. I probably should have done that. Welp. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know what the future holds for this. I can say this. Regardless of whatever happens with any of the other routes, one way or another, I am absolutely going to be continuing Michiru's story. Just flat out. Any option I have there after stories, I am fully intending to watch the anime at some point, because I need more animated Michiru in my life, more than most things, including air to breathe. So yeah, I don't really know what we're gonna do. It's gonna be a while before we touch anything else Grisaia related for a minute, but eventually we will come back to it in some way or another. Again, as far as I know, there's an after story for Michiru. There's, again, obviously the anime, which I will do on screen, because even though I will have technically seen the story, I want to see that, and let's be real, we want to watch me fucking squee and cry at Michiru again. Even if it's only like 2 episodes or whatever the fuck. God damn it. That is upsetting. In having played through the game, it's upsetting. But it's fine. I'll take it for what it is. And obviously, there was also the Magical Girl spinoff, which... You think I'm gonna turn down the chance to watch a bunch of happy Michiru doing Magical Girl shit? It better be fucking... I can't do Madoka again. I'm gonna watch the fucking movie here coming up. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But thank you for joining me. Thank you for following me along on this fucking journey. It's been an impossible fucking journey. Yeah, it has changed my life more than I think I will ever be able to actually say. Because she has. It sounds so silly. It really does. It sounds so impossibly silly. But it is the realest thing. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to everyone who stuck by me from the beginning, everyone who has jumped in later on. Thank you to everyone who came in from the Michiru compilation things. I definitely am going to go ahead and make more of those eventually. It's going to be a fucking struggle, but I'm going to try and do that. But eventually, now that I finished, now's a good time to start. Yeah. And I do want to give an extra special little thank you here at the end to Jeff, because he's my boy, he's my friendo, and I wouldn't be here doing this if it wasn't for him. He was the one who originally recommended this. He also recommended Suka to me, so he fucked me over emotionally twice. You hear that, motherfucker? You bastard animal man. Yeah. He introduced me to a very enjoyable game, even if the game was a dick. He introduced me to a great game, and he introduced me to my favorite thing on earth. So, that's you. You're the thing I'm talking about, man. Wouldn't trade it for anything. I love you all dearly. Take care, stay safe, stay wonderful, stay beautiful, stay happy, stay healthy. Do whatever you can. It's a crazy time, but I hope you know that I love you. Legitimately. Not no fake love. This ain't no pretend date shit. You're pretty fucking rad, and I can't thank you enough for being here and supporting me. Again, be a while before we jump in anything new, Grisaia related, but I will do my best to keep you guys posted through community stuff on the Discord and stuff like that. So if any of that interests you, please take a look at it. And obviously there's only going to be one way to end this. So everyone, toodles, doodles, and lemons. Love Michiru, guys.